In case you missed it, reports say Durk's father's statement played a key role in securing his release on bond. This marks his third attempt, but this time, his legal team presented an offer so strong that the judge had no choice but to accept it.
The courtroom for the bond hearing for my son for the release for the third time. This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't co-prosecutor, he wasn't co-defense, but he was co-justice. So he listened to all the evidence, and you're going to give a ruling in the next 2 days about what his position is for the bond. So we were very pleased at how it turned out. So continue, family, friends, and fans, continue to keep us in your prayers. We thank you, and inshallah, God willing, this be victorious for us, that we have a good ruling in our favor.
This led the judge to take 4 days to reach a decision. Unfortunately, Lil Durk was denied bond, not because of a lack of evidence, but because of his wealth. According to reports, federal authorities stated that for Durk to be granted bond, he'd need to be completely broke and forfeit all his assets, as they believe he could use his money to place bounties on witnesses.
No bond for Lil Durk. Let me tell you about what options he has left and why the bond was denied this time. Now, he's in federal court on a murder for hire charge where he faces the possibility of life in prison. What that means is under the federal law, it is presumed that you do not get a bond because the charge and the penalty are so serious. So your lawyer has to go out there and show why you should get a bond. Now, ultimately, what the district judge decided to deny the bond on was a couple of factors. There's a couple $1 million being put up, but it's not all being put up by Durk. Some of it is from the label, and ultimately Durk has a lot more money and assets than what's being put up. So if I let him out on bond and he tries to flee, he's going to have tons of assets and money at his disposal.
However, after Durk was denied bond, a viral tweet began circulating that added a shocking twist. It read, "If you really believe Durk was denied bond just because he's rich, you don't understand this case. Dee Dee's brother just snitched on the whole crew. They're keeping it under wraps to catch Durk's legal team off guard. I found the evidence files. What's in them is alarming. The new body cam footage shows Ted literally begging to cooperate and snitch on Durk and several F members. This footage has changed everything." Following this, Durk's lawyers filed paperwork requesting more time to revise their bond proposal. As for Ted, also known as Dee Dee's brother and one of Durk's main enforcers, he was arrested at a local convenience store with a firearm tucked in his jeans. What exactly did he tell the feds remains unclear, but whatever it was, it shifted the direction of the entire case.
Dude had it. What about that? A man had it with an extended clip. That's cool though, right?
At that moment, Ted was being transported to the police station. Before even stepping inside, with tears streaming down his face, he turned to the officers and said, "I swear, I'll tell you everything about the murders." Desperate to avoid jail time, he tried to bargain, but it was already too late. Music.
Come on. Hey, stop it. Stop it.
As Ted is placed into the holding cell, he breaks down completely, crying uncontrollably, desperate to cut a deal. All he wants now is to give up the names of the killers he knows and be taken out of jail.
I can't understand it. What's the you gotta relax. Relax.
Since Dee is Ted's older brother, rumors quickly spread when court paperwork surfaced, showing someone with their family's last name cooperating. Most people assumed it had to be Dee, or even Vonnie, King Von's cousin. The speculation grew even louder when Durk's close friend Bezu reacted to it all during an Instagram live.
Know what's going on, but the people that's in the courtroom, man, for real. There'll be false accusations. Y'all don't even know what's going on, for real. Y'all really be trying to play Inspector Gadget and all this. Y'all just be weird. So that's what I be talking about, man. Like, first y'all just through the jail rolling out there. Now y'all some more money up there, man. Snitch on what? Y'all don't even really know what's going on, for real. Some of my kids, y'all really just be running. And that's why I don't participate in nothing that got to do with nothing illegal. Because you must
Y'all be trying to get him put under the jail.
But this is where things took an even wilder turn. DJ Academics publicly addressed the rumor that Vonnie had allegedly snitched on Durk, sparking massive confusion and fueling even more speculation within the rap community.
When you see Flocko post something, you almost gotta be like, look at this headline. Lil Durk found out that his co-defendant, OT and Vonnie, King Von cousin, filed for protective custody when they came. Okay. That sounds so crazy. This is why we have streams like this. This is, I'm not gonna get on anybody or anything like that, and I'm not gonna ever say that I haven't, maybe jumped maybe once in a while, but I definitely do aim to be correct, and I never try to be incorrect out of malice, right? This is why we love to bring up the paperwork and try to explain it, and also increase everyone's knowledge on stuff. Because a lot of times these days, the headline is way better than the story.
When you piece all of this together with the existing evidence, it becomes clear why Durk was denied bond. One overlooked update states over 230 gigabytes of digital evidence, including audio recordings, surveillance footage, and over 20,000 pages of reports, are currently being processed for discovery, all reportedly provided by crew member Jam. Another court filing reveals federal agents believe Durk financed the hits on two individuals. First, Stefan Mack, who allegedly took the life of Durk's brother, D. Thang, and second, F. Jam's baby mother, who was killed shortly after Durk discovered Jam had been wearing a wire. According to investigators, Jam may be the key witness needed to connect Durk to all three incidents. In fact, it was during an Instagram live that Durk allegedly realized Jam was wired. Jam can be seen subtly gripping the top of his jacket and whispering into it, raising serious suspicions.
Check on your man, dude. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, when I was growing up, I didn't have a day architect. I would go, I was dead. Schools that down.
However, months before his arrest, Durk had already sensed that something was off about Jam's behavior. Sources later revealed that Durk had been playing 3D chess the entire time. He saw the signs early and suspected that Jam would eventually flip and cooperate with the feds.
From a mile away. I don't think people realize that. I could have a conversation with you for 5 seconds and know your before.
Later, Durk opened up about the situation, revealing just how deeply it affected him. He admitted that he no longer lets even his closest friends know where he lives and refuses to share any personal information with anyone. Pain in his words made it clear. Jam's betrayal hit him hard.
Nobody ever allowed to my house. It be our best friend never been in my house. For real? I promise.
Your best friend?
I promise. Like, it's people like I just don't allow around my girl and my kids, because it's like I'm just a different type. I'm not the have family night at Durk house tonight. Still,
you say everybody at Durk still.
Yeah, we gotta everybody getting watched. Watch everybody. Hey, you go too. Hey, they go too close to them kids. What to do? Like, that's how I play. Like, I don't play.
I don't play like that. Those were the words echoing in fans' minds as they remembered Jam, the same man Durk once gifted $50,000 to during an Instagram live, only to later turn around and snitch on the very people standing in the background.
Steady crying, huh? Steady crying. Feed him.
See that?
Feed him.
Baby. I gotta hold my money like this. It's too much. Crazy though. Sitting up there doing all this, sneak this, and internet games and all this. I'm some money, do something. Like, we working, bro. I can do it. Whatever it is I want to go out and do it. Now what I want to do what I want. Y'all can do that, bro. Bro got out what? You know that.
Haven't you did
The years I did it now?
Yeah. It's your last beat. 12. That boy popped out 12 years.
man. So much money.
We really need to order to pick out lanes, man, boy.
The feds soon launched an investigation into the individuals seen in the background of that Instagram live. It turned out they had recently been jewelry shopping with King Von, confirming just how close they all were. Tight-knit friends now caught in the middle of a federal case.
Terry.
Go over there.
Boss, you good? My boy.
They got real in here, man. You just kept putting money on the
Because of all this, the feds are now pinning yet another murder case on Durk, all tied back to F-Jam's cooperation. As part of their evidence, they presented the judge with an Instagram story posted by D. Thang just 30 minutes after Stefan Mack was killed. They also highlighted another story from the very next day, where Durk is seen laughing, something prosecutors are using to suggest he may have had prior knowledge or involvement.
What? Somebody else said slap car. What is it? Slap car.
Despite everything stacked against him, Durk still has one final shot at being released from jail. Prosecutors have begun facing setbacks, as key pieces of their evidence against him are being challenged and gradually dismantled, giving Durk's legal team new hope for a possible win in the case.
They backed away from, which is huge. It shows the weakening of the case. Previously, the prosecution had alleged that Durk paid the bounty through one of his co-defendants, and they named the co-defendant. Now they've backed off that allegation. They're not actually saying that Durk paid the bounty through the co-defendant or anyone else. And the fact that they're not saying that suggests that previously they thought they were going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy. And now they know we're not going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy.
As Durk pointed out, the case against him is starting to fall apart. Prosecutors can no longer rely on his lyrics as evidence, a major blow to their strategy. Durk's lawyer even called the charges a joke, revealing that the feds initially built their case almost entirely around his lyrics. But now, they've been forced to drop that angle completely.